Fit fam? You're welcome back to Get Fit on Black Drum TV, the show that gets your body going. And I'm your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane, and I'm back at ya. Yes, y'all, you're welcome back to Get Fit on Black Drum TV. Boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane. Last week we had a very, very exciting aerobic session. And this week we'll be doing the core, the abs muscle. So this muscle is like one of the best and the most important muscle group in your body. It helps you have a very good body posture, and then you need it in every other workout that you do, all right? And besides, it's one of the most sexiest muscle group in the body. So when we're back, I'll be back with two of my friends when I come back, and we'll be going through stretches, and then we'll get to the workout proper. All right, guys, you're welcome back. I told you I'm going to be here with a couple of my friends, and this is Debbie and D1. And before we start, we'll be going through some stretches to get your body, to get your muscles relaxed before we go into the workout proper. So, let's go. Hands up. And then you stretch to the side. And back to the other side. And up. Your hands akimbo, then you go down, legs straight. And back up. One more time. And up. All right, this time around, your hands this way, then you go down all the way. Back up. Back down. Up. All right. The right hand stretch, then you put it with the left hand this way. Same thing with the left hand. Push. All right. Now, stretch your legs, your quads. Do the same thing with the other leg. All right. Spread your legs. Your right hand to your left leg. Up. Your left hand to your right leg. Up. You go again. Right to left. Again, left to right. Up. And don't forget to breathe when you're doing all these stretches. All right, now your legs this way. Try to keep your balance. And down. And down. All right. Right now we're going into the abs workout proper. There's this myth that people think you can isolate your abs. You need to burn your body fat to be able to get your abs to show. So we're doing a little bit of high knees and then jumping jacks to get the body weight low. Get your body fat low, okay? So we're starting with high knees. Go in. 3, 2, 1, let's go. we go. 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right. Stretch. Now we're doing jumping jacks. This will help you burn body fat. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. All right, that's what's up. That's it for the stretches and the jumping jacks. So now we're going into the abs workout proper. So go with us. So we're going to lie down to do this workout. All right, so for the first set of abs workout, we're doing crunches. Crunches is basically you lie down and then you raise your upper body up and activate your core. So watch me as I do this. So you go down, up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it for the crunches. That targets your upper abdominals. So right now, we'll be doing leg raises. This is for the lower abdominals, and it's going to be like really exciting. So let's do this. What you do is stay in this position, you keep your legs straight, and then you raise it all the way up. Let's go, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if you do this quite correctly, you'll be feeling a lot of core activation, yeah? Your core is going to be very tight, and I'm sure you'll be feeling like, but it's lovely, yeah? You love it. That's the way to get a very good 6 packs, if I must say. All right, this time around, we're going through another leg abs workout. So what we do basically is raise your hand and your leg and let it meet at this point. All right, we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So at this point, you could rest for a few minutes and then go back to the workout. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So we were doing another crunch, but this one is a little more advanced than the one we did before. So instead of going up and only you gone all the way up. So you have to come all the way up for this workout. So let's go. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so you can rest for like a few seconds, 10, 20 seconds to get your breath. So after this, we're doing alternating leg raises. So instead of raising both legs at the same time, you're raising one and then switching all the way. So guys, are you ready? Let's go. Legs up. We go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so that's it for today. That's the abs workouts for today. If you did this correctly, you'll be feeling a lot of core activation. Yeah, and it's very good for you. It's very good because you would have a very, very strong core. That will help you to do a lot of other workouts. It will help you to have a very good body posture. So that's what's up. I'll be right back in a few. So this time we're targeting the obliques. That's this side of the abs. So go with me. You just come here, touch the ground, and twist. Touch the other side. All right, we go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's it for the external obliques. And now we're going to mountain climbers. These two will help to target your core. So this is how you do the mountain climbers. You crouch this way, and then raise your leg, your elbow, the right elbow to your leg knee. So your knee to your elbow this way. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's it for the abs workout, the external obliques, the mountain climbers. So that's what's up. All right, so we have one more workout to do. Now we're going back down for this. So you go, you raise your left knee up to your right hand this way. So we go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. That's what's up. so this is where we round up on today's episode of Get Fit on Black Drum TV. And thanks to D1 and Debbie for joining me on this. So on our next episode, I'll be taking you through another round of abs workout. So don't forget, it's still Get Fit on Black Drum TV. You can follow us on Instagram at official Black Drum TV. And on YouTube, it's Black Drum TV. And you can follow me on my personal page, you know, it's still Fit with Brain. That's FITWITBRAIN. I'm still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane, and I'm out. See you next time.
Black Drum Sessions video series showcases African indigenous musicians performing live in our studios. Come take a trip around Africa through authentic and indigenous voices. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
My name is Edauto.
My name is Anke.
Akilabi.
Kayefi Osha. Adering Sola.
My name is Fine Art, and you are watching.
And you are watching.
Simi J, you're watching Black Drum Session.
Morning to you. If you're still in bed, of course, it's the right like to be called favorite. And of course, with me on the show is BC Pelumi.
All right, thank you for introducing me properly. How you doing? Like
I'm
the
fine.
shirt?
Oh, thank you. You also
welcome.
look good.
Yeah, I always look good.
All right, well, welcome to the show where we bring you top stories cut across Africa and the world at large. And of course, we also bring you entertainment update. We bring you special gist and word facts. We also bring you a hot topic. Yeah, an interesting topic. Also, we have sports update. And today, we are not leaving any of this out as we are kickstarting the show. Of course, you can join us via the link in the description and be a part of our conversation by dropping your comment. And of course, we would also visit and attend to it. All
right.
Moving on to our top stories for today, I would let BC do the start.
Thank you very much. So the first one says, Goronyo killings. Army Chief Yahaya storms Sokoto, charges troops to redouble efforts against bandits.
Oh, well, this right here is one of the very random visits that happened.
Random?
Yeah, because in recent times, we've heard of the Army Chief visiting lots of leaders and trying to secure proper arrangements for proper
security
dealings with insecurities and all of that. So the last time we spoke, I think he visited somewhere in the west, Western leaders.
Was it the west or the east?
It was in the west.
Are you
it
sure?
was in the west, yeah.
It was in the west,
I think
okay.
Ife.
Yeah,
if you remember,
okay.
yeah, he
He
visited Ife.
yeah.
Of course, just reading through this, says following the recent attack by bandits on Goronyo Market in Sokoto State, which resulted to resulted in the killing of 40 persons. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, on Monday commenced an operational visit of the 8th Division Area responsibility with a charge to troops to redouble their efforts in routing the bandits from their camps and enclaves. Of course, the Chief of Staff gave the charge just as the Governor of Sokoto State, Right Honorable Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, stressed that the recent attacks on Gorowan village was quite disheartening and therefore informed the need to review strategies of military operations in the zone to prevent a reoccurrence. Well, this action should have come earlier before now. I don't know why.
I just have a question. It's telling them to redouble their efforts. My question is, what efforts are they planning to redouble?
Yes,
like, what efforts are on ground?
It doesn't seem like they have made any efforts.
No, you can't say that. I mean, they are making efforts. The Nigerian military is making efforts. But so far, so good. The efforts was seen from the government towards banditry is telling us to redeploy NYSC members.
Okay.
So how do you want to redouble that kind of effort? What exactly
No,
are you
no.
saying?
Far from
it.
that.
Okay.
Far from that.
Are they
I'm
talking
sure-
about tactics?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
At this point they'll be talking about tactics, and then in this context, the troops they probably will be referring to. I'm not sure NYC members, but we haven't started that journey yet.
All right, moving on to the second top story. This one's about EndSARS. Falz gives new directive of procession at Lekki toll gate.
Oh, wow. So Falz on his Instagram page yesterday announced how members of the EndSARS protest should embark on the process, and clearly said it wasn't a protest, it was just a procession.
Yeah, it was a procession.
According to him, he posted his post. I'm just going to read what his post said. He said, "We will never forget that the innocent Nigerian citizens waved flags and sang till they were shot and injured and killed. We must never forget we are rolling up in cars tomorrow to drive through the toll gate. We know their way. So, as a procession of cars is the safest option to minimize police brutality and what have you." Well,
It's a very smart thing to do.
that's a very smart approach to
There's also
the
a
movement.
sad story, seeing as how seeing as how protesters
Yeah.
in a country, in a democratic country now, are
Okay.
seen as a threat to the
yeah.
peace
Okay.
of the society, and whereas Boko Haram members who are surrendering
who
and
are actually-
being repentant
Yeah.
are being rehabilitated back into society as
military and
no, not military, as forgiven
as
citizens.
forgiven citizens, okay,
you, you know what? Forget about it. You've blown up a lot of people. You've killed a lot of children. You've raped women and children. It's fine. So far you're repenting. It's all good. That doesn't make sense.
well,
I
I wouldn't
see
want
it.
to
That's
go
why I
down
said
that
it's a sad.
line.
It's a sad. No, we have to talk about these things. I'll just say it's a sad story, saying as how the same thing we're protesting for is what we are still being careful about. So the question now is, has anything changed? Have we done anything? Has anything been different? Fine, they've scrapped EndSARS, but like, hello?
Oh, well, let's just hope that the government will do the right things in the right directions to
I
see
kind of feel
us.
like we're saying that a lot right now.
Yeah.
We've been saying that a lot.
We can only keep saying it until after this government, and we'll see what the change has brought. All right, the Nigerian, what's
the next one says, Army foils terrorist attack on forward operating base in Borno.
Okay, so the Nigerian Army has said that troops of Joint Task Force, the JTF Northeast Operation, Hadin Kai, deployed...
Is it Hadin Kai or Hadmin Kai?
No, Hadin Kai.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
Deployed alongside Cameroonian Defense Force have foiled in an infiltration by terrorists on its camp at the Forward Operation Base Wugo, Borno, on October 18, 2021. 4 members of the Eastern Islamic State West Africa province and Boko Haram
Islamic
terrorists.
State?
Yeah, Islamic State West Africa.
See, that's one of the problems I have.
Okay.
I feel like states, you know what, that's a topic for another day, but what I want to say is I feel like states should not be affiliated with a religion.
Religious, yeah.
Saying an Islamic state, a Christian state.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like that's one of the problems we have.
Well, it's clearly obvious. That's why they stated, because if a state is occupied basically by a certain religion, it's always said that this religion is more dominant in that state. I don't know if you understand what.
Okay, so that's what it's not like as if that religion is part and parcel of the
it's-
governing
no,
of that
no,
state.
no,
Okay,
the
then it's
religion
fine,
is
because
not part of the
if you notice, one of the things or one of the claims of the terrorists is that they want to
take charge
of the country and bring in their
yeah.
own religion, enforcing it
Yeah,
on other
with their
religions.
laws.
And that's just wrong. Any religion that supports the enforcing of your beliefs on other people, as far as I'm concerned, is no longer a religion. That has become a cult or
another movement entirely.
Exactly.
All right, well, moving on to our next story.
Nnamdi Kanu issues warning, calls for fasting prayers ahead of Thursday trial.
Oh, wow. Jesus. You know, certain actions taken by Nnamdi Kanu just drives me to think, I think he's a very, I don't know, he has a way of getting to the minds of people. Yeah.
That's a very vague way to put it, because right now there are two ways that can mean. It can mean he's a good influencer, someone who influences people, a great leader, or you can mean it as a manipulator.
Manipulative way.
Okay, you could have just said that straight
But no,
up.
that's not. But listen. I mean, let me just read through this because okay. Before reading, he said he wants people to fast and pray against his trial on Thursday. Now, aside saying that, he also clearly said no one should touch his lawyers or lay hands, telling his citizens his lawyers are or his legal practitioners are he won't forgive anyone who makes any attempt at touching or harming them. And that leads me to him trying to fight or standing for them as a hero, and also saying people should come out and fast and pray about his trial. But the movement you probably made wasn't exactly, I mean, coming out to tell people to sit at home against government.
Technically, it wasn't him who said it. It was his followers who announced it in
No,
response
initially
to
there
his
was
arrest.
no. He stated that was what started this whole thing. You know, he was not even in the States at the time.
Because you know, at the time of his arrest, we did a story about how the IPOB in the eastern states have said every Monday people should stay at home in.
You know, was it in June or July?
Arrest.
You remember there was a time he first of all made I think it was June 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, he made a call.
No, that June 12th one was a different story entirely. That was the one with the what's it called? The Yoruba.
Okay.
What's the word?
I'm trying to
the Yoruba Nation protest
that
happened in the southwest, or in the west rather.
Okay.
That some people got arrested, and I think the leader of the Ogboni was also arrested at some point.
Okay, I'm trying to recall, but I would still find out before the end of the show, because I remember very well that he also gave there was a certain seat at home he called for. And his entire force had to move with it.
His entire force.
Yeah, so I mean that's where I'm coming from, But then, of course, he issued the warning during his routine meeting with his counsels at the Department of State Services, DSS, headquarters in Abuja. A statement by his lead counsel, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, said Kanu also called for fasting and prayers ahead of Thursday. In the interim, it is necessary to pass the following urgent and important messages, which are: Onyedu made it categorically clear that none of his lawyers should be harassed, threatened, or accused by anybody claiming to be his supporter or follower, regardless of the person's tie with him. He was very particular about those who find it convenient to insult his attorneys via their live social media platforms. Well,
I guess you can understand the agitation of some certain people.
Yeah.
All right, so the next top story says, building collapses in Lagos, lack of equipment has slowed down the rescue.
You can imagine. Now, these are the things we talk about, but these are very minute things that we could really pay attention to. I mean, what is it with having medical facilities available too?
Yeah, it's surprising that the commercial headquarters of West Africa is having to deal with shortage of equipment for rescue, emergency situations.
Do you understand? Yeah.
How that's realistic.
Well, this incident happened around 10 p.m. in Ikorodu, a certain town in Ikorodu, in Haruna area, specifically number 97 Lagos Road in Haruna area of Ikorodu. And the victims are currently undergoing treatment at Ikorodu General Hospital, and at least 3 persons were trapped. No casualties yet, but then Daily Post was there to gather some information stating that the structure was disintegrated and residents within the area mobilized to carry out initial rescue. Big thanks to everyone who made efforts. Also, the fire service and police responded on time, but could not do much because of inadequate facilities and equipment.
Kind of inadequate facilities?
Anyways, oh, well, we wouldn't know what the situation was.
It's still surprising to me that Lagos
they probably wouldn't have enough ambulance to carry.
As self-sufficient as Lagos State is, that we're having to deal with, shortage of equipment and rescue operations. I hope the governor, His Excellency Jide Sanwo-Olu, I'm sure he must have seen this, and he'll probably work towards preventing this next time.
Okay, in that beat, we'll take a short break, and when we get back, of course, we'll continue with our top stories. Don't go nowhere.
And audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I want to get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Favor. I like to be called Favorite. With me in the studio today is Adebisi Pelumi.
Oh, thank you very much, Favorite. Thank you for introducing me properly this time.
All right, we've had a great show thus far, but moving on, we are still dealing with our top stories for today. We still have a lineup of programs or a lineup of segments. You can join us via the link in the description and be a part of our conversation. Moving on to our second phase of our top stories, Haiti gang wants $17 million ransom for kidnapped missionaries, report says. Wow.
Yeah, the 400 Mawozo gang.
Okay.
Mawozo gang. I hope I pronounced that properly. Please don't come for me.
Is that supposed to be a movement or a gang?
They're just a gang. They kidnapped the 17 American Christian and 1 Canadian Christian missionaries. You know, we covered the story on our Monday episode.
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah, so they're demanding $1 million for each of the for each of the members that they kidnapped. That's $17 million in total. And you know, the FBI, the government agencies, they're all working on this to see how best they can resolve this issue, rescue the missionaries, probably without paying ransom, hopefully, or probably pay ransom.
But there hasn't been any threats.
My problem with these people, I think there's been some threats.
About taking out or causing any damage on the kidnapped victims?
Not really, because the adoption is part of like indiscriminate kidnappings that has been happening in Haiti for a while, and you know, civil unrest, lack of health care, severe poverty, all those things was happening in Haiti now. But my problem with these kinds of gangs is, before kidnapping anyone, know their citizenship. You don't just kidnap American citizens and believe that the American government will willingly bring $17 million and hand it to you that give us our citizens. I am certain that...
But then, of course, there are certain situations would demand that you don't know who these kidnappers are and what they are capable of.
They're just a gang that, you know, sprung up from civil unrest and things happening in Haiti. It's not like as if they are one terrorist.
But you are not aware. That's the thing with securities. Security experts would be able to explain this better. Oftentimes, when you are not aware of the actions from the opponent, you'd rather restrict the actions you take.
No, actually, there have been relationship. There's been conversation. You do realize the FBI is in charge of the case, and they've been having dialogue with the gang.
All right.
You know, concerning the missionaries and all of that. But I'm pretty sure the FBI and the what's it called, the Pentagon and the Department of Defense would. I'm sure they'll have an extraction plan. To rescue these guys.
All right, moving on. This one says Norway attack victims were killed by stabbings, not arrows. Oh, really?
Yeah, you remember I covered this story also, I think, last week as well.
Okay.
Some guy, bow and arrow, in the streets, performing some
randomly
some green arrow kind of thing. And now police report is saying the victims were not killed by the arrow, but they were killed by stabbing. And I'm curious because when you stab someone and when you shoot an arrow at someone, I mean, something sharp is piercing someone.
Either ways, but then there's a way
there's a
autopsy shows what the actual
the arrow is going
injury.
to be neat pierce.
Yeah, the arrow probably would be.
The stabbing will be a little bit messy, depending on who's handling.
You have so much information about stabbing.
I used to follow a CSI series.
Oh wow!
So I have seen a lot of autopsies on different death scenarios.
Okay, all right.
But hopefully, the police will investigate properly
and get proper details.
The person with the bow and arrow has been arrested, but as for the stabbings, we know they've not been able to tell who the perpetrator is.
Okay.
And yeah, just 5 victims.
This one says man falls to death after dangling from hot air balloon.
Yeah, a man fell to his death after falling on Tuesday from a hot air balloon. The pilot, so to speak, or rather the police said that the man in his 20s, of course, was a crew member who had been dangling from the basket when he fell, according to police. And he said the pilot told the man to jump while the hot air balloon was too close to the ground. He should jump, leave the hot air balloon, but he said no, he could hang on or for some, I don't know, it's a twisted, messy kind of story, but...
So probably the hot air balloon had gone higher above the ground level, and then it was too much height for him to survive. Well, sadly
plummeted to his death. So that's a sad story. I hope, you know, his families will be comforted as much as possible.
All right, so this one says India moves thousands of Kashmir migrants to secure locations after deadly attacks.
Yeah, after the attack on migrant laborers from the eastern Bihar states on Sunday, India decided to move, you know, the laborers to Kashmir, and you know, hopefully they'll be safer there in safer locations. The attack, of course, killed 2 security officials on Monday. Killed 11 civilians, 2 security officials said, including 5 migrant workers in Kashmir since October. So there's been a lot of unrest as well. They just came up with a decision like, you know what, let's take these guys to safer location.
Move them to a safer location, All right, moving on, we still have a few more stories. Okay, one more. It says EU warns Poland it will pay for challenging common law.
So what let me just read this. Poland's highest court ruled on Thursday that some parts of EU treaties are incompatible with the Polish constitution, challenging a pillar of the European integration and sharply escalating a dispute between Brussels and Warsaw.
Oh, wow.
All right? So when the European Union saw that Poland was taking a direction this way to, I won't say the word undermine, but for lack of a better word right now, I'll use the word undermine, the authority of the court, or rather the authority of the European Union agreement and treaties. The European Union, including, I think, Germany, I can't really recall now. I can't really remember what some other countries have decided. Okay, you know what? They're going to take it up with Poland and see, you know, why they'll make this decision and met out the appropriate disciplinary action to Poland that they should meet out. But hey, Poland still has their own legal counsel as well. I'm sure they'll be able to defend their decision.
Okay, that being said, we'll take another break, and when we get back, of course, we'll bring you entertainment stories.
This show showcases interesting and cultural African parties from around the world. Come closer and experience the music, fashion, and the food that makes every party special. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back, and of course it's still Hello Africa on Black Drum TV. My name is Favor. I like to be called Favorite. I still have with me in the studio Adebisi Pelumi.
Thank you very much, Favorite.
Yeah, it's been a great show, and we just rounded off our top stories. Moving on to our entertainment gist. Golden Globes to continue plans for 2022 ceremony amid Hollywood boycott.
Really? Hollywood is going to boycott the Golden Globes?
Yeah, there have been recent happenings, of course, that has warranted them taking a break from the Golden Globes.
This is not taking a break. This is boycotting. Like, we know you're having this. We're not doing it with you. Y'all go and have your award.
Go have your award. And I do hope it still comes out as colorful as it's always been, and nothing should... Your expressions. Well, that being said, moving on. This one says, I feel great to be celebrated while alive. Kanayo, oh Kanayo. Legend, veteran actor, Kanayo, who has left his marks in the Nollywood industry.
Yeah, he has. He indeed left that mark, because no one has come close to fulfilling the roles he played in the Nollywood industry.
Yeah, in the Nollywood industry, he did well.
He was in a class of his own.
Yeah, and that's one thing, the uniqueness and the peculiarity about his character in most times.
Once you saw him in a movie, you could tell.
You could tell
this is what he was going to do.
Okay, well, but not dragging him down that line now.
Yeah,
we
but
want to really commend his efforts in the industry.
Especially getting recognized by the Nigerian Bar Association
Yeah,
as well. That
and
is
recently
amazing.
he's been in the stories, he's been in the news over time. A big congratulations to you, sir, and we hope more celebrations will come.
And everything you've done.
So I heard her at 19. Oni of Ife showers praises on daughter, shares never before seen throwback photos. Oh, wow. Interesting. Well, having a child at the age of 19 is almost
a bold move, sir.
As having, as good as having her as your friend, especially when the child is a female child. I intend to have a very close first child. I mean, I want to have a girl too. That's up to you, but then I love the pictures and I like the relationship these two are having.
Father-daughter bond is priceless.
The bond is really priceless. He specifically also gave some really amazing comments to her.
Of course he's going to. This is his first daughter, right? First child. I mean, he's going to be happy and proud.
Okay, moving on to the talk that has been bashing the entire industry and the talk of the season. This one says
Salawa Beni.
Salawa Beni.
Wow.
Thanks, BC, for always coming through with this pronunciation. Salawa Beni, Tiwa Savage, and 3 others who have been blackmailed with their unclad photos, intimate tapes.
Technically, Tiwa should not be on that list because she wasn't blackmailed.
Well, she specifically said she was in the process of being blackmailed.
She
said so. She already said.
Actually, the transaction started, right? But there was no conclusion.
Oh, well, she was
It's not a transaction. There was no exchange of monetary value.
She didn't mention.
No, she said instead of paying him, she would rather come out, and she came out.
Okay.
But
then that means she was blackmailed. That was why she came out.
The blackmail was still a pending application.
Okay, so your problem now is the definition now. Are you saying blackmail is complete when you have paid?
Yes, that's a complete blackmail.
That's not. I disagree with you.
You disagree with me? Of course you disagree with me. You're a Tiwa Savage. And I'm a Tiwa Savage.
But then, of course, she was blackmailed. I don't understand what this is saying. She was blackmailed.
She was in the process of being blackmailed.
Yeah, I remember the other dancer, celebrity dancer, Jane Mena, Tonto Dinky, a few others were also blackmailed.
The only problem I have is why will you tape yourself when you're having sex?
Some people just want to cross the line and have some fun.
That's some psychological fetish shit.
No.
Excuse my language.
But people really get to the extreme when they want to have fun sometimes.
Have you seen, actually from
I
my
don't
research,
think we should define how people want to have their fun.
When you put it up on internet, when you decide to record it in the first step,
you become
it's no longer a private. You have the word privacy has moved out of it.
Okay.
The moment you now upload it for whatever reason on the internet, it's no longer
unintentionally.
Private. That doesn't look unintentional to me. I'm doing some research, but I don't think it's unintentional. But hey, don't worry, we'll talk in details about this on Friday.
Yeah, much later. Yeah. So Innocent Jamil is the loser in this. OAP Smile Baba rips Tiwa Savage's male friend apart amid tape scandal. Oh well, I have nothing to say about this.
So I'm guessing Innocent Jamil is like the one thrusting. He's the guy?
No, Hassan.
Oh, he's Hassan?
Yeah, he's the one. Lord. So he's saying the child is the loser in all of this because he would grow up to this information.
You shouldn't have used the word loser. You could have just said some very deep. You could have just said Jamil is going to have to be prepared
to deal with all of this eventually.
But in secondary school,
he's a loser. No,
he's going to see this video. I can bet he's going to see the tape in secondary school, in university. All his life, basically.
Let's not get into this now.
Because when you put anything on the internet, you can rarely scrap.
We have Friday for this. I don't want to say details. I don't want to go into details.
All right, that's fine. It's all good.
All right, so catch us on Friday. Of course, we're still going to treat this story. So if you want to catch updates on the story, just be here with us on Friday.
You want to defend Tiwa Savage, please feel free to come on the show and we'll allow your opinions. All right, this one says Zubi Michael and Cheesy Alichi end beef hugs passionately weeks after fighting 30 over King of Boys movie.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like
it was a massive face-off actually.
Yeah, too. I think it was Zubi who came too forward. That's my own take.
No, you can't blame a traditionalist. By traditionalist, I'm not saying.
No, you're giving an excuse for him.
I'm not giving an excuse. We're in a generation where we can label almost any school of thought.
Why do we welcome the traditional? First of all, I hope you. Let's get through what he said.
Some people don't buy the idea of the new way, the new ideology that a woman can be self-sufficient and
So what is your take on that?
I don't need to have a take on that. That is their school of thought.
Say, oh, that's their
school of thought. That is
now,
not mine.
When you bring your school of thought to the public, of course you should expect some form of response, which was a subtle response she gave.
That's another problem with people in society now. When people give their own school of thought or their own opinion, fine, you can analyze it, but do not see them as a bad person or do not go after them.
Didn't see him as a bad person.
I'm not saying anyone is seeing anyone as a bad person now. I'm just saying like that's the general problem our society has right now.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So
now I agree.
If I come out and say something like, okay, for example, Dave Chappelle, his stand-up comedy, The Closer. If you listened or you watched that video, he gave a lot of not homophobic. He gave a lot of homosexual jokes. Okay. Which is actually realistic and true. If you actually think about it.
All right.
He was just airing his opinion. He's not homophobic, but the LGBTQ community slammed him homophobic and wrote to Netflix that they should take down or cancel that show. Do you understand?
Well, that's up to.
Now, what I'm saying is, if someone comes out and says he doesn't think Shola Sobowale should be called king of boys, that a woman cannot be a king of boys. Yeah. That's the school of thought. He's a typical traditional person. He believes in the old way that a man is above a woman. Okay. But now here comes Chizzy Alichi, who is buying into the new ideology that a woman can be self-sufficient, a woman can be the boss of herself, can be the leader, can be the breadwinner. And she's replying him that it's your fault for the way she replied him. And some things just ensued, and it became an heated argument. So far, there are two different opinions. The arguments will remain open. Now, my question for you is, what is your own take on this? What's your own school of thought?
Like I said earlier, you were cutting me short, but
no, I wasn't cutting you short. Because I knew you wanted to attack me, so I needed to make my point.
No, I wasn't going to attack you. My point is, whenever you bring something to public, be welcome to everybody's opinion. Just accept whatever people say, and you didn't have to come all out. I mean, his comeback at her was too much, and it was quite rude. But then, of course, I'm glad they both sorted things out. That's the most important thing right now.
I think one celebrity should take a cue from this. Yeah. Sometimes you don't need beef. All right, this one says, BB Niger's Lucy blows hot after stranger sends her WhatsApp message, asks if she is free for the night. Hello.
You don't mess with Lucy. Lucy, who has been the stronger.
She was the pepper in the pepper in them.
She was the pepper in the pepper, the real pepper.
Exactly, and you just walked up with her with your onion face or your onion mind. Like, hello. It doesn't work that way. Can you even ask for her account or number now? You credit her with something like, say, $500,000 or something.
Anyway, she has clearly said, please, let this be the last time anyone will give out my number to. Anyways, better to buy wristwatch than pay blackmailer. Tiwa Savage flaunts her 79 million naira diamond watch as intimate tape leaks. Oh, wow.
Yeah, she got a Patek Philippe timepiece. I'm guessing it's going to be the Nautilus, because that's like the generally bought brand of the Patek. And, she's flaunting that better to buy this than, give a blackmailer. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll discuss all of this on Friday, but nah.
All right, moving on to further entertainment news. We still have a couple more.
Just two more, basically.
All right. PSG superstar Lionel Messi sends stunning and adorable gift to Pope Francis.
Yeah, so Pope Francis, got a huge smiley face as soon as he received a signed PSG shirt gifted to him by Lionel Messi. The shirt was delivered by French Prime Minister Jean Castex during his recent visits to the Vatican. Pope Francis has been a fan of Messi, a huge fan of Messi's work. Yeah. And the general public knows it. He has said it time and time again. He enjoys Messi. And hey, you know what? Messi was like, all right, take this. Boom. Enjoy yourself.
All right, that was great. A good one from him. Moving on, this one says, Scott Disick is stewing over Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Baker's engagement, sources say.
Well, this is exactly what the sources say. And I quote, Scott is stewing over Kourtney and Travis' engagement and not happy at all. They also said he's lonely right now and not in a relationship and is very jealous that things are working out for Kourtney. Scott would prefer to go back to when he and Kourtney were just getting along as co-parents without anyone else in their lives romantically. I mean, it's not going to be easy for a father of a baby daddy, Courtney's baby daddy of 3 kids, you know, both of them being co-parents of their child, you know, sharing custody and visits. Now understands that the children will be going to their mom's house to see another man in the house. I can understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, I understand
but hey, you guys have divorced yourself. Uncle, just move on. I don't know what you're going to do. The kids will be fine, but hey.
All right, that's it with our entertainment gist at this point. Of course, we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, I'll leave you with Adebisi for the sport updates.
All over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back to Hello Africa. Thank you for joining us. I am Adebisi Pelumi, simply BC, and if you're just joining us, we've finished our top story, we've finished our entertainment gist, and now we're moving to the sports segment. Of course, we have an interesting topic for the day and a very fun part, red fact. Favorites will be joining me after this sports segment. Now to move to the sports story. The first one says fans of European giants chant Super Eagles star's name after he scored superb goal to help them secure victory. Victor Osimhen ensured that Napoli maintained their 100% record start to the season. With his goal versus Torino, the Nigerian international rose above the entire Torino defense to head home a late goal to the roar of the entire Diego Maradona Stadium. Stadium announcer Daniel Decibel Bellini hailed the striker as thunderous Osimhen chants blasted through the stadium. Our next news says Premier League clubs vote to block teams from signing sponsorship deals with links to owners. Premier League clubs have voted to temporarily block teams from striking lucrative deals with businesses that have links to their club owners after the Saudi Arabia-backed takeover of Newcastle. The Guardian newspaper reported 18 clubs voted in favor of the ban and at an emergency meeting on Monday, with Newcastle voting against and Manchester City abstaining. It is understood that both questioned the legality of the move. A temporary month-long ban on such deals will be put in place, while the possibility of a permanent ban is debated. Many clubs in the English top flight fear Newcastle's wealthy Saudi owners could conclude agreements in the oil-rich kingdom that could give them an advantage. Last week, Leeds owner Andrea Radrizzani said financial fair play rules must be enforced to ensure the 20 Premier League clubs are, in quotes, playing the same game. Premier League champions City, who are owned by Abu Dhabi United Group, have struck deals that are known as related party transactions. For example, sponsorship from Etihad Airways, the Abu Dhabi government-owned carrier. Also, our next sports story says Jake Paul not allowed to be knocked out as contract questioned ahead of Tommy Fury fight. Tommy Fury will be taking a close look at his contract to fight Jake Paul, following claims the YouTuber star had it stipulated that he could not be knocked out against Tyron Woodley. Fury looks set to take on Paul after the pair came to an agreement over a potential bout, following months of trading barbs over social media. Promoter Frank Warren has revealed he has been looking over the contract, which include much discussed clause that Fury will have to change his name to Tommy Fumbles should he lose. But as the fight edges nearer, Warren may want to check whether Paul has made any other demands, including whether or not he can be knocked out. English Sirens midfielder receiving important attention from Fulham and Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur and Fulham like as Roma youngster Ebrima Darboe, the Serie A side, took the 20-year-old for their academy from lower division Italian side Young Reti in 2017. Having come through, he ranks of the Giallorossi youth system. The midfielder made his first team debut in last season's Europa League semi-final defeat to Manchester United back in May. Jose Mourinho has included the player in the squad several times and even handed him 2 starts this season. His current deal will run down in 2023, and Roma wants to secure his long-term future by offering a new contract. According to TMW, the Italian Capital Club met with the Gambia International Entourage this summer. Since then, the contracts have continued between the two parties. And that's a wrap on our sports segment. Favorite to be joining us on the show now as we continue with our topic for the day. And of course, we'll move to the word facts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Contact marketing at 080-811-05907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv. Black Drum Creative Hub is the only show that
Destinations is a Black Drum TV franchise that showcases all beautiful tourist locations across Africa. A group of tourists, a local guide, and cameras give you a front row seat to soak in the beauty of Africa. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back to Hello Africa, a beautiful episode, beautiful Wednesday in the city of Lagos. Favorite is back on the show. Favorite, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so we just concluded our sports segment, and now we would like to go to the topic of today, EndSARS. 1 year after the EndSARS, what has changed? I mean, it's obvious that I'll be talking about the EndSARS protest, saying as today
happens to be
marks 1 year since the Lekki Toll Plaza incident that occurred last year. In 2020. Of course, we have a video we'd like to run you through, and after that we'll be back to discuss the changes and what we've expected, what we've seen, our opinions,
and where we are
now. Where we are now. Yes, yeah. Of course you can join us via the link in the description. Jesus. Oh God. Can't do that, man.
Okay, look, if anybody can assist us, if you live close to Lekki gates, please, I don't know, maybe a group can come, if you can help. Please be your brother's keeper. They need to remove this bullet from this boy's leg so that they don't cut this boy's leg so that he doesn't get infected, please. So arm robbers and they dare they shoot us. Arm robbers are robbing and they're shooting us.
Stay in the car, stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car, stay in the car. Stay in the car, stay in the car. I beg, no step on motor, no step. No step on motor, I beg. No step on motor, I beg. No cause any trouble, I beg. Stay in the car, please, I beg. Tomorrow don't cause trouble, please. Everybody stay in the car. Please stay in the car, please. Don't do any interview. Don't do any interview. Stay in the car, I beg. Not doing any interview, bro. Thank you. Bro, I just said it's not doing any interview. No. Thank you. I'm sorry to tell you what I think I can even... Come down. No, I said cover. Come down there. Stay in the car, stay in the car.
Why are they not moving?
There's traffic.
No, they're blocking the road.
Yeah?
Those guys are blocking the road.
The police guys or...
No, our guys. They're not moving.
Once we go and we don't come back, after some time, I'm sure they'll go.
Bro, when we come back, all of us are dropping the flags at the doors. Drop your flag here. No, he's not saying anything, he's not doing anything. Cover the play, cover the thing that this is what we came here for, not him.
You see macaroni on that
Macaroni!
side? Can we go in a bit?
Macaroni! Call macaroni!
Can we go in a bit?
Call macaroni on the phone. Can someone call macaroni?
Call him for phone.
Call him on the phone. Tell them should call one more and then we all drop our, we will drop our. Flag now, no hotel. They go now, you don't tell this morning. Who get the order to shoot? Everything is alright. We are not fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for you, for your service. They take your children.
We are fighting for everybody.
Is you are fighting for? After retirement, what is it for you? See you in a uniform as a DPO, commissioner, they go still get post. Reason your children, no, imagine. Commissioner, DPO, there's no talk to him. Go back. Leave him. Alright, officer, you are joking. Now we dey fight for. Now we dey fight for. So that when you not finish, you have see money. Do better. We are fighting for see money. You retire. What's the plan for you? What's your plan? When you retire, they don't have a plan for you. They have a plan for themselves. They don't have for you. And you know. What's the plan? What's the plan for your retirement? Everybody, drop your flags. Drop your flags.
It's the last run. It's the final run.
Don't worry, when we go to the other side, drop it.
Final one now.
At the toll gate.
Yeah, we can avoid chaos. We're going to move. No life, Abi.
And people, they are exact protests. Now, no day.
We're going to avoid chaos. We're going to stop after this one. Right in this thing, like, drop your flags on the last one. At the toll gate.
My guy, it's not for us. You came here for cover the protest. Cover the protest, not yours. It's not us.
They're just kidding.
Hey! We'll change your photo.
Hey, relax. Baba, Rora.
Calm down.
Àjọ wà náà ni máa wọlé. Àjọ wà náà ni.
Why is this event so important and essential?
We can't do it. We have to keep moving.
You guys know why it's important.
You know why it's important. Now they killed our people. We have to memorialize them. You know why it's important.
Have the demands of the EndSARS protest been met? Have the demands of the EndSARS protest been met?
Of course not. I'm even offended that you're asking me that question. Are this injustice for anybody that they kill? You're still asking me whether it has been met. Of course it has not been met. Are you not in the same country? Are you not in the same country?
You don't get questions.
Welcome back to the show, people, and that's the video from the Lekki toll procession today. And of course, we also showed you the video from the incident 1 year ago, that dreadful night, where peaceful protesters singing the national anthem, waving the Nigerian flag, were shot at by the Nigerian military. The same people took an oath to defend the security and property and lives of the Nigerian citizens. So it's a sad day. It was a sad day. And,
very sad one indeed.
And a very scary one. A lot of people, a lot of Nigerian youths went through a traumatic experience that day. And like we say, like the anthem of, like the words of our Nigerian anthem says, the labors of our heroes past shall never be in vain. And these heroes who have laid down their lives for the greater good of the country will be always remembered. Yeah. All right, so favorite, one of the things I heard the, I like call them protesters now, it was just a procession, it wasn't really
you
a
heard
protest.
about the procession, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things they said there was, we're fighting for you. I was talking to the law enforcement agencies, the LNSC, the police, the LASMA agents that were there. They were fighting for you. After retirement, what next? This fight is for you. Don't let them use you.
Okay.
All right? And that struggle caught with me because I remember there was a story recovered of the Nigerian police saying they don't want their pension scheme to be a part of. Like there's a deduction coming from their pension, from their salaries to their pension, and it's like their pension should be saved up and not, independent of their salary and all of that. And
so,
yeah, let me hear what
so for me, I feel like the movement was indeed for a cause.
Yeah, it was for a cause.
Aside the fact that people were brutalized and people were receiving unnecessary inhumane treatments from the forces or from the military, the police, One of the things that the cause was also to do was to fix the entire system.
Yeah, corruption and bad governance.
Corruption,
the
bad
EndSARS
governance.
Is not just
the EndSARS wasn't just
unit.
a movement for the police.
Exactly.
That's my own take on it.
It was like...
Yeah, it was a movement to bring an end to every wrong thing that has been going through.
Country,
yeah, and it basically, or specifically, I want to mention that for those people who understood this particular cause, it was a sincere protest.
It was a sincere protest, yeah.
So wherever they had vandalizations or what have you that would have prompted the police to take actions, because nothing prompted those actions at the toll gate.
At all.
If there were theft and what would I call it? Breaking
there was vandalization of government properties,
in a couple of
and
places.
Disrupting of civil peace.
Yes.
It would have been accepted.
They should have sent military representatives to those places to
protect the citizens.
To protect those places. To mention a few vandalizations on the island, in Lagos Island. I think a few places, ShopRite and all of that. All those places were vandalized. Now, those places probably would have required some form of military representative manning those places to ensure that people didn't find their way through. But then, aside even, because some people would say, why would you send mount military there when there is a protest against the military? Of course, the entire military wasn't just police.
It wasn't the military. It was the police. It was a unit in the police.
A unit in the police.
Force.
So, they should have been able to send there's civil defense, there's Nigerian Army, there are Nigerian Navy, all those
civil
people.
defense, there is the LNS, Lagos State has the LNSC, and then other states have their...
So you should have been able to keep up with proper security on those places. But having to get to the point where you will now deploying military,
releasing live rounds on peaceful protesters.
It wasn't the right thing.
Okay, so for me, right, I followed the protest all through.
Okay.
And like I said, it was really a sad experience.
Yes.
Now the questions that we're asking ourselves 1 year after is what has changed?
What has changed?
Has police brutality, police extortion,
come
has it
to
been
an end?
curbed? Has it come to an end? As corruption comes to an end,
being sorted
is there
out?
still is the government doing a better job than they were doing before? Has there been able to, as dialogue between government and citizens been achieved at some point? Okay. These are questions that we should be asking. And frankly, if we're going to be honest, I do not think that the vast majority of the demands of the protest have been met.
Yeah. For me, I think where we should call it, because, for example, the toll gate has been shut ever since then, and now they are trying to reopen. I'm pretty sure they wanted to wait for this time to pass. Before they launch and
even if
quickly
they reopen it, this is going to be an annual thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be occurring. Like, okay, so the procession today, Falz, like we covered in the earlier part of our top stories, Falz made mention that the people should, stay in their cars. They will just drive around, the toll.
Around the toll.
For a certain number of times. And I noticed that in the video, they were dropping their flags at the toll. The Nigerian flag, the handheld one. They were dropping it at the toll. They would do it, and they were bleating their car horns to remember the past heroes. So I think what Falz did there was a very humanitarian thing. It was a smart decision and a smart move. I think today's one was much more safer than a year ago, and hopefully, the years to come. I don't want a situation, this is my message to every Nigerian youth. I don't want a situation where this becomes an annual thing. And then we just, let's say fraternize it or turn it into a festive kind of thing. Okay. I want it to be, let us work together to ensure that this is done in a way that trackable, pragmatic efforts
will be seen.
Like, okay, in the first year we had dialogues. I know they've been having dialogue with the youth. Lagos State has been having symposiums with the youth and having dialogues with the Nigerians to see how they can further include the youth in the administrative process of the state and the goals of the state. But we're talking about Nigeria at large now, right? Okay, we'll talk about a lot of this, but let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back as we discuss a lot of other things on the topic. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right.
Aren't you tired of playing different types of games that require in-app purchases? Here's something that might bring a smile to your game face. Introducing Smart Money Live Trivia Show on TV. You play against others to win cool cash prizes weekly. Participation is simple. Follow and interact with Black Drum TV on its social media handles. Join the live show daily on TV 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Post all correct answers on Black Drum TV IG page. Fastest fingers always have an advantage. That's it. You're on your way to being selected to play for massive cash in our live studio face-off. Tell your friends to tell their friends of the new trivia show that gives cash rewards. Enquiries and sponsorships, contact marketing 0808-1105-907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv. Black Drum Creative Hub is the only show that focuses on the creative sector, the show of shows. The heart of the creative industry, from the shows, the behind the scenes of the shows, the innovations, and of course, the tales by moonlight. Finally, we have a show we can rightly call the Creative Portal, a fulcrum for growing the entertainment sector. For inquiries and partnerships, contact marketing at 080-811-05907 or marketing.
Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I want to get you out of your life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Welcome back. Sorry for that break in transmission or caught in the conversation. But we're back to our topic, talking about 1 year after the EndSARS protest.
Yeah.
What has changed? Where are we now? And we spoke about, I'm not doing the show alone, of course. I'm with Favor, who likes to be called Favorite. We've discussed about, where we're coming from.
Where we're coming from,
where
things are now.
And now I want to talk about where we are now.
Yeah.
All right. Are we saying that the police reform has been successful?
Yeah.
Are we saying
things have
police
changed?
inhumane brutality of Nigerian citizens has been curbed and controlled? Because I know there's still police extortion. There is still extortion.
Of course there is, and of course I also think at this point there should be a level of trust from the government as regards the inhumane treatment of police and the whole corruption, fight against corruption, the insecurities. But then over time, things are just getting out of hand. We're having more insecurity issues and then more problems with the governance and all of that.
Bad governance, corruption.
Yeah, so
and all of that.
I think the movement which was actually taken or which was done at the time was meant for all of this.
Well,
and I just feel like at this point.
No. The reason why I'm laughing is this. This is why I'm laughing. When we're doing the top story, I said at some point we always say we hope the government, we hope the government.
I would always say we hope the government.
We've been saying it for too long.
No.
Let's be honest. We've been saying we hope the government will pay attention to this for too long. We have. We have. What I want is the government should start taking responsibility and being accountable for things happening in the country. We can't continue shifting. I know it's funny, but we can't continue shifting. I know it's funny, but we can't continue shifting the blame.
Well, now you're saying we can't continue shifting the blame. So are you saying I should take responsibility for...
The last time we tried taking responsibility, what happened to us?
Okay, we were arguing and...
No. At the Lekki tour, when we tried taking responsibility and taking things, what happened to us? We were shot at, our accounts were frozen, we were labeled terrorists, right?
Okay, this is what I think here at this point, let me not say we hope that. I should change it now.
Please change it.
At this point...
Yep. You believe?
I believe the government will do something about it. With my hopes high.
You still have to put in the hope. Anyways, here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say. Sorry for cutting you. I just don't like the hope and believe thing. But here's what I want to say. Nigerian youths out there should not give up on the dream of a one Nigeria, the dream of a better Nigeria. Here is why. If there's one thing that the 2020 October 20th protest made clear. It made it clear that the Nigerian youths can work. Nigeria can work if we want it to work. Irrespective of tribe and religion, Nigeria can work. Bad governance, everything that this present generation in leadership has failed to do, the Nigerian youths can do it, and we can do it better.
Yeah.
All right. If we can just hold on and outlast the current generation in power, we'll be able to put things together and work it through. So the dream is still alive and it's still strong.
Well,
because the love of the Nigerian youth for country is larger, much larger than any petty religious division or tribalistic.
Yeah, appreciated. Your comment is quite interesting. I do hope lots of Nigerians out there have the same thoughts as BC. We still have our hopes high. That's exactly what I said. And he just made the exact same statement in a lighter note, which I bid to agree with him. There's still a brighter future for Nigeria.
Yes.
We do hope that the youths of the nation will be given a chance to be able to express and assume some form of leadership and see where the country will move on from now. Okay, that will bring us to
the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Bring us to the end of our show and the end of our topic.
We're going to the weird facts now.
We're just moving on to our weird facts for
do us the honors
today.
of talking about the first weird facts.
So we do hope you take note and be a part of this by just jotting down something. The little finger contributes 50% of our hand strength. The little finger, along with the ring finger, act as a power bottom. The thumb, index finger, and middle finger provide dexterity. Whatever you're trying to do now, I don't know.
Because I know the thumb is like is the strongest finger. I don't know how this guy.
No, you wouldn't. You can't say that for now.
Look at it now. Look at the muscle.
There's an operational difference for it. You don't know how the body system works. It's not just about the muscle.
Oh, you that knows how the body system works. Please enlighten me.
Well, I wouldn't want to go into details.
That's it.
For now.
You know those lecturers that you ask a question that they don't know the answer to, they will not say, that's the take home, that's your project, go and do it. When you get back, we'll discuss it.
We'll get back to it. We'll get back to it.
All right, so this one says, a snail can grow new eyes. Wow.
Okay.
Certain species of snail can completely regenerate their eyes after amputation. This process is done through the mid-eye stalk. Wow.
Wow, so they never go blind.
I want to ask Jesus or God one question when I get to heaven. Why didn't you give us the things animals could do? Like animals that don't age, animals that can reverse their aging, animals that can grow limbs. You know how beneficial that will be?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the earth will be too overcrowded and people will not die again. I think that's why God just decided to...
Oh, wow.
You know what? Thank
you. All right, this one says HIV originated from a chimp's stomach. The chimp in question had eaten 2 other monkeys that had 2 different viruses. These viruses then combined and formed a hybrid virus. So how did it get into humans?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. How in the world... I was tempted to use the F word, but thank God I remembered. How in the world did HIV from the stomach of a chimp end up in the body, the sexual parts of human beings? What have they done?
Someone must have done something very
I do not want to think about what someone did.
Talk about. And look at the way this chimp is looking.
This one looks mischievous.
It's not even a very good sight. Why would you choose to? Let's not.
Other monkeys.
Let's not talk about what I want to say. It's not even about eating the monkey. I'm trying to talk about how it got into the human
being.
And I don't want to
think. And it's even sexual. It's not.
No, please. Let's not even. I don't want to think what I'm thinking right now. But
apologies for that graphic mind image. But moving on, termites and ants are roasted and eaten like popcorn in South Africa and also in Nigeria as well. Eating insects is a common occurrence in South Africa, also Nigeria. This is also a common street food you can find in parts of Africa. Would you try a roasted termite? What?
Thank you.
I was not even done.
I wouldn't try it. All
right.
The man with the longest beard in the world died from his beard in 57.6. Died from his beard, sorry. The man with the longest beard in the world died from his beard in 57.67.
No, I think this is supposed to be 1767.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
or
I
1867.
think, or something.
It can be 5767. That's way into the future.
Way
into the future. By that point in time, my descendants will probably be living in where?
But then, of course, I'm just going to say in probably 1967 or 1867. Yeah, the man that held this title was trying to run from a fire at the time. Due to his beard length, he tripped over it, which caused him to die in the fire.
Yeah.
Beard gang, we know, we move. We move.
Oh, right, please.
But I'm not getting to this length. I don't. Okay, moving on. BC, you have
I'd like you to read this one. I insist. Do the honors. Read this, please.
Oh, wow. Apparently, the smallest cell in a man's body is his sperm cell.
Yeah.
It is also the overall smallest cell in the human biology. However, this is also one of the most complex cells in the male body as well. Wow. So, BC, why exactly were you not going to read it?
Oh, no, I just wanted you to read it. You know, I wanted to see your facial expression when you read that part.
Okay.
All right, so this one says frogs do not drink water. Frogs do not swallow water like most animals and people do. They absorb moisture through their skin and then secrete the mucus that helps them keep moist. Yes, of course, frogs undergo a certain level of osmosis with their skin, you know, to move moist and water from their environment into their body to aid their metabolism.
Wow.
And, of course, their reproduction as well. But hey, it's a see, this is what I'm saying. Imagine if human beings could do this.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. This one says expiration date on a bottle of. Oh wow! I've thought about this. Wow, this is very interesting.
I see.
Expiration date on a bottle of water is not for the water. The expiration date is for the bottle itself. After some time, the plastic will begin to